Hello, everyone. This is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to be bringing you some more APBA baseball. Basic card and dice makes everything nice. Continuing with our first look at the original franchise All Stars. This will pit the Cleveland Indians versus the Cincinnati Reds, a battle of the Buckeye State. This wonderful set is created by Chris White's wonderful work with APBA. The set consists of the original 16 franchise All-Stars up to, I believe, 1979. Pitching matchup tonight. Addie Joss on the mound for the Indians, taking on Dolf, Luque, and the Reds. Play ball. What we're going to do first is go through the Cleveland Indian reserves. We have pitchers. I didn't do this yesterday. I thought, hey, could just show them all off right now. George Ewell. I apologize if I mispronounced his name. And that's from 1926. Another reserve pitcher right now, Wes Farrell, 1930. Early Wynn, 1954. Mike Garcia, these are all pitchers, 1952. Stan Kovaleski, 1918. Bob Feller, 1946. Sam McDowell, 1965. Mel Harder, Mel Harder, 1934. Bob Lemon, 1952. These are the reserves. Al Trotsky, first base, 1936. Earl Averill, he's an outfielder, 1936. Joel Sewell, shortstop, 1923. George Burns. No, I don't think it's that George Burns. Right, Gracie? Let's see who gets that joke. 1926. And first baseman. Elmer Flick, outfielder, 1906 Indians. Look at the padding. Steve O'Neill, catcher, 1920. All right, those are the Cleveland Indian reserves. We'll get to the starters in a moment. Let's get to the Cincinnati Reds reserves. I didn't think of doing this yesterday. Like, why do I have to do separate videos? When we play the teams, I'll just show them. I really do love this set. It's a lot of fun. For the Cincinnati Reds, reserve pitchers, Clay Carroll, Noodle Hahn, love that name. Clay Carroll, 1972. Noodle Hahn, 1902. Epirixie, that sounds like a disease. Epirixie, 1922. And again, I apologize if I mispronounce some of these players' names. Bucky Walters, pitcher, 1939. Paul Derringer, pitcher for the Reds, 1939. Red Lucas, appropriate name, for the Reds, 1927, pitcher. Pete Donahue, 1925. Don Gullett, what year? 1971. Jim Maloney, 1963. Now we get to the reserve position players. Lee May, first base, 1969. Davy Concepcion, shortstop, 1978. Ed Roush, outfielder, 1923. Gus Bell, father of Buddy Bell, outfielder, 1953. Ernie Lombardi, catcher, 1938. First baseman, Jake Beckley, 1900. Very cool, very cool. Those are the reserves for the Cincinnati Reds. Again, most likely not getting into this game. I'll complete these series offline, or we'll come back to it. I don't know. Play games, have fun. The Reds are the home team, determined by Nurse Teresa, my lovely wife. So the Cleveland Indians, a visiting team. Pitching for the Cleveland Indians, Addie Joss. Addie Joss, 1908. Leading off, playing left field, Shoeless Joe Jackson of the Black Sox fame, 1911. Batting second, playing shortstop, Lou Boudreau, 1948. Batting third in right field, Trish Speaker, 1923. Cleanup hitter, first baseman, Al Rosen, 1953. Batting fifth in center field, Larry Doby, 1950 for Doby. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, The Rock, Rocky Colavito, 1958 for Colavito. Batting seventh, playing second base, Nap LaJoy, 1904 for LaJoy. Batting eighth, third baseman, Ken Keltner, 1948 for Keltner. Batting ninth, doing the catching, Luke Sewell, 1927 for Luke Sewell. Ken Castro's joined us along with Dave Gardner and Brian Hoxie. Hope all is well. Please check out Dave Gardner's wonderful channel. He's a couple of new videos on a newer football game, or a football game I've never seen. So check that out. And of course, Digital Dice with Ron Juckett and Dave Gardner. Remember to check out Ron Juckett Retro Sports Network on Twitch and the uploads on YouTube. Good, excellent friends of the community and myself. Ken Castro says, Boudreau and Speaker, ex-Red Sox. You are correct. Or they went to the Red Sox after the Indians, I do believe. But yes, they are also Red Sox. For the Cincinnati Reds, the Cubano, Dolf Luque is the pitcher. 1923. Leading off, in left field, Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, 1969. Batting second, playing second, Little Joe Morgan, 1976. Batting third, doing the catching, Johnny Bench or the Baseball Bunch, 1970. That is a stout year for Johnny Bench, 1970. The cleanup hitter in right field, Big Frank Robinson. For Frank, it's 1962 Reds. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, George Foster. It's got to be 77. And it is. Batting sixth, playing first base, the man with the biceps, Ted Klaczewski. He of the very short sleeves, 1954 for Ted. Batting seventh at third base, Tony Perez would go on to play for the Red Sox, 1970. Batting eighth in center field, Vada Pinson. I always get his name wrong. Great player. 1963. Batting ninth, the shortstop, Leo Cardenas. 1966, and he's a 10 defense rating. Concepcion's a 9, so he got the start over Dave. All right, we're going to start rolling some APBA baseball. Dolf Luque will be on the mound. Luque is an AC pitcher with a Z modifier. Look at me getting the lingo down. His opponent, Addie, AC pitcher with a Z modifier, so they're the same. So it's Luque. He will face Shoeless Joe Jackson, Lou Boudreau, and Trish Speaker. Here's the pitch to start things off against Shoeless Joe Jackson. We should flip the card, right? I just love looking at them. Left-handed batter. Luque, right-handed hurler. The pitch to Shoeless Joe Jackson. That's a 23 for Shoeless Joe Jackson. What will it be? We shall see. Base is empty. Let's get the right chart here. So a 23 to Shoeless Joe Jackson from Luque is a 26. I know that's an out. It will be a ground ball up the middle, handled by Morgan. Morgan over to Klazuski, 1 down. So that's 1 out, 4-3. Shoeless Joe Jackson is retired. That will bring up Lou Boudreau. Righty-righty matchup. Sewell sets the, Bench sets the target. The pitch to Boudreau, 36 to Lou. 30. They're both fielding defenses 45, which is fielding column 1. So that's a 36 to Boudreau. He'll swing the stick. That's a 33. A 33. What is that? A 33 will be a pop-up right side. He's not a wide pitcher, so he fouls a pitch off, then pops it out to second base. Joe Morgan, outfield grass, makes the catch. 2 down, because their modifiers are both Z's for the pitchers. 2 outs. Dolf Luque looking for a quick inning here, but he'll have to get through Trish Speaker, the right fielder for the Cleveland Indians. Speaker digs into the left-hander's batter's box. Pardon me. Bench wiggles the fingers. Luque is ready to work. It's a quick delivery to Speaker. 52 to Trish Speaker. 52 to Trish is a 27. That's going to end the inning. That ball is hit to third. Up with it is Perez. He'll throw to Ted Klazuski. The side is retired. 5-3. A quick inning for the Cuban-born Dolf Luque. 1, 2, 3 go the all-franchise all-star Cleveland Indians. Due up for the all-franchise all-star Cincinnati Reds, Rose Morgan bench to face Addie Joss. Can Joss put up a goose egg? I have to say, Luque looked quite well in the top of the first. Addie Joss. Rose Morgan and bench. Rose Morgan and bench. Pete Rose playing left field tonight here at Field of Dreams Ballpark. Switch hitter batting lefty. Joss to Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose. That is a 54 to Charlie Hustle. Base is empty chart. 54 is a 32. It's going to be a fly ball to right center field. Racing over to make the catch. Trish Speaker. A fine running grab by Speaker. Rose is retired, 1 down. Joshua Hauser's joined us. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. He says, beautiful, another fun matchup, and you keep helping me get more comfortable and knowledgeable with APBA. Well, thank you, because I'm not an expert at anything, but this, again, I say it all the time, very fun game. I love Strat. I love APBA. I love History Maker Baseball. I play some other games too. I just don't feel real comfortable putting them on the channel because I make mistakes, a lot of mistakes with the other games, but they're enjoyable. Payoff pitch, very enjoyable. That's a wonderful game by Joe Bryant. All right, Joe Morgan's up. Let's see what Morgan can do. He's a left-handed stick that Addie Joss must face. Sewell sets the target. The pitch to little Joe Morgan. That's a 46 to little Joe Morgan. A 46. Base is empty. Is a 13, and that's a strikeout. Let's just concur. Yes, swing and a miss. Excellent breaking ball by Addie Joss. So Morgan goes down via the K. He's none too happy with that, muttering to himself as he goes back to the Reds bench. Johnny Bench. Tremendous year in 1970. Reds would lose the World Series to the Orioles. The pitch to Mr. Baseball, or the baseball bunch, Johnny Bench from Addie Joss. That is a 31 righty-righty matchup. 31 is a 9, but I know the A voodoo takes away the hit. Swing and a miss, another nasty breaking pitch in the dirt. Joss strikes out 2. The AC voodoo is tremendous. Bob B has joined us. Hope all is well, Bob. Thank you for joining us. We have Bob B, Joshua Hauser, Ken Castro, Dave Gardner, Brian Hoxie. We're through one here at Field of Dreams Ballpark. No score. And again, if you're new to my stream, I take my time. I don't rush. I talk to the chat. Sometimes we go off topic. We might talk wrestling. We might talk other things, but it's always joyful. All right. Cuban Dolf Luque back on the mound. Luque is going to face Al Rosen, Larry Doby, Rocky Calavito. So you got Al Rosen, Larry Doby, and The Rock, Rocky Calavito. As Bob B continues to say, and I greatly appreciate it, says, Al, did I mention you have the best setup for cards and dice? That is very kind of you, my friend. Very kind. It's the setup I like the best. For me, when I play card and dice, I like to play card and dice. This is the way I like it. There's a lot of wonderful setups throughout the community, and I love them all. But this is the way I like to do it. When I play a PC game, I play a PC game. So I just like to write the thing. It's relaxing to me. You know, it's relaxing. I don't know why. All right, here's Al Rosen. He's got pop. 11 and a 66. Those are homers. The pitch to Al Rosen from Dolf Luque. That's a 41. I don't think that's going to get it done. 41's a 24. Base is empty. That's going to be an out. Grounder to short. That's going to be Cardenas over to Klazuski. One down in the top of the second. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Rosen is retired. Larry Doby steps to the plate, followed by Calavito. Luque works quickly to the left-hand batting center fielder, Larry Doby of the Indians. That's a 25. A 25 on the Doby card's an 8. I know the Voodoo's going to take that away. Here's the AC Voodoo. And that takes away the hit there. Popped up third base side. Making the catch is Tony Perez. So Luque gets Doby to reach on the breaking pitch. Pops out to Tony Perez. That AC Voodoo takes away many a hit. Sports Time Machines joined us. He had a stream going Stratomatic Baseball. I believe it was his Yankee 1979 What If replay, I think. So please check that out at your convenience whenever you'd like, and subscribe to Sports Time Machine's wonderful channel. That's our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike. Rocky Colavito. Ken, who did they trade? Remember that, because the Indians traded Colavito and they called it the curse of Colavito. Who did the Indians? They traded him to Detroit, I would assume, because he played for Detroit in the early 60s. Who did they trade for him? Cutter Historical says Harvey Keene. How you doing, Cutter? Check out that wonderful channel. Lots of fun uploads there. Ken Castro says Keene. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I couldn't remember. So 2 outs for Rocky Colavito. And the dice are stuck. Hold on a second. There we go. Colavito ready to grip and rip. Sewell. I'm sorry, bench. Sets a target. The pitch to Rocky Colavito from Dolf Luque. That's a 51 to Colavito. A 51's an 8. And that's going to rob him of a hit. Again, breaking pitch. Colavito reaches for it, pops it up. Left side, Perez waiting for it to come down. Cardenas coming over, but Perez calls for it. Side is retired. Another pop out to the third baseman, Tony Perez. We're through the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, no score here at Field of Dreams Ballpark. 6 up, 6 down for Dolf Luque. Addie Joss coming back on the mound. He'll face in the bottom of the second for the Cincinnati Reds, Frank Robinson, George Foster, and Ted Kluszewski. Alex Acosta, how you doing? Hope all is well. Cutter Historical says, in a foul mood because my Leafs lost to Al's Bruins again, but doing well. Starting to tape previews for Out of the Park 24 Legends League, which starts in 2 weeks. Excellent, excellent, my friend. Yes, Alex, this is a battle for Ohio, a battle for the Buckeye State. All right, here we go. So Frank Robinson, George Foster, Ted Kluszewski, the man of the short sleeves. The pitch to Big Frank, right-hand batting right fielder for the Reds. It's a 43 to Big Frank from Addie Joss. 43, what will it be? We shall see. Bases empty. It's a 29. These pitchers are really dominating the hitters. That's going to be a ball hit right back to Joss. Is he an X modifier? No, he's a Z, so no strikeout. Joss will throw to Rosen, 1 down. 1 to 3 if you're scoring at home. You should. It's good for the brain. That brings up Speak Softly, Carry a Big Boomstick. George Foster. In 77, did he hit? He hit over 50 homers. 58 sticks in my head, but I don't think that's right. He's the designated hitter. The pitch to Foster. That's a 64 for George Foster. Base is empty. 64 is a 14. And that is a walk because Addie Joss is not a double ZZ pitcher. He's a Z pitcher. Foster is the first batter to reach base for either team. A 1-out walk to Foster. He's a fast runner. Alex Acosta asks, are LaJoy and Speaker on all time? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And again, these players, Alex Acosta, only go up to 1979. It is the original franchise all-stars for the first 16 teams. Thank you, Mr. Utah Mike Sports Time Machine. 52. I knew 58 was too many. So Foster at first, 1 out. for Ted Kluszewski. Now let's make sure we go to runner at first. I have very old school charts. Our Red Sox fan sometimes forgets. I'm getting better to remember to flip the charts. Joss looks in. He's ready. They're looking for the double play ball off the bat of the left-hand batting, power-hitting first baseman Ted Kluszewski. Joss to Kluszewski. It's a 22. Oh, boy, Ted Kluszewski. That's a 6, and AC. The 6 will not do anything here. It is a double under an A. It is a double under a C, but let me see if there's any difference. Fast runner with under 2 out scores. It says a double to right. The other one's a double to left. We'll take the double to right. Foster is a fast runner. The Reds will take a 1-0 lead. Foster got a great read on that ball, hit to right over the head of Trish Speaker. Off the wall here at Field of Dreams Ballpark, 1-0 Reds. So after the first out, Robinson, the walk, then the double by Kluszewski. He has a run batted in. 1-0 Cincinnati. Kluszewski is a slow runner at second. That walk came back to haunt Addie Joss. Tony Perez looking to pick up a ribby. He's playing third base for Cincinnati tonight. The pitch to Perez. Looking to grip and rip from the right-hander's batter's box. 21's a 13. That's a strikeout on a breaking pitch. Snap throw to second. Diving back is Kluszewski. Sewell quickly threw down to second. Wow, that was a gutsy throw down. Addie Joss has now struck out 3. The number 8 batter, center fielder, Vada Pinson. Pinson trying to increase the Reds' lead. Left-handed stick. Addie Joss has the sign from Sewell. The pitch to Vada Pinson. That will be a 15 to Vada Pinson. A 15 is an 11. That's an interesting thing. An 11 with a runner on second, mind you. Runner on second. An 11. Let's see what the A is. Base hit to left field. And on either the A or C, so it's a base hit to left field. We'll go with the A. Putting a charge on it is Shoeless Joe Jackson. They're going to wave Ted Kluszewski, the throw to the plate. Sewell applies the tag. Kluszewski, a slow runner, is out. And that will retire a very exciting bottom of the second. So as you can see, we just went with the A. Base hit to left field. The throw home out. 7-2. A fast runner is safe, but Kluszewski, not only is he not a normal runner, he is a slow runner. So Ted Kluszewski is gunned out by Shoeless Joe Jackson. Pinson will be credited with a single, though. Where does that is an out. 7-2. What a throw by Shoeless Joe Jackson. The Reds do score 1. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 Cincinnati. Here at Field of Dreams Ballpark. We have some more luminaries here in the stands. Let me get to them in a moment. Once again, Dolf Luque, the Cubano, on the mound for Cincinnati. He's not giving up a hit yet. 6 up, 6 down. Will face Nap LaJoy, Ken Keltner, and Luke Sewell. Another replay guy, hooray, our good friend Michael Canastari, hope all is well, has joined us. He says, hello, Al, in the chat. Just finished 1973 versus 98 Texas Rangers, game 1 in the series. Another crazy game. Please check out that channel and subscribe. Very fun stuff. Again, that's another replay guy, hooray. Bob B's trying to help me pronounce Veda Pinson. Thank you. Like Ray, Veda. Appreciate that, Bob. Alex Acosta. Though Joss is still on the mound, I'd be curious to see how Bob Feller would fare against the Big Red Machine's power sluggers. Well, maybe in another video we might have that. I'm going to go through all the teams, not necessarily day after day, but I'm having fun with it. So you'll see 2 different teams on my next video for this set. And I probably play Red Sox series offline, because I'm a Red Sox fan. But it's tough. You got family and life. I'd love to play all the series, but I might try. All right, so here's Nap LaJoy. Luque to LaJoy, righty-righty matchup. Can he get the first hit for the Cleveland Indians? That's a 52 to Nap LaJoy. 27, bases empty. I know that's an out. Sometimes I just feel like making up an out because I know it's an out, but I have to look at this really small print that's far away. So that's a 27. It's going to be a ground out to third. Is he an X modifier? No, he's a Z modifier, so no strikeout. So ground ball to Perez, across the diamond to Kozuski. 7 up, 7 down. So Nap LaJoy is retired. Ken Keltner steps to the plate. Clinton Parks steps into the ballpark. How you doing to the Admiral? Hope all is well, Clinton. Luque looks into bench. He's ready. He kicks and deals to Ken Keltner. 14 to Keltner. A 14 to Keltner's a 30, and that's going to be out number 2. Fly ball. Deep left center field, but not deep enough. Racing to make the catch is, you guessed it, Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose. 2 away. Keltner shaking his head. Dolf Luque keeping these Cleveland bats off balance. Number 9 batter, the catcher, Luke Sewell. Luque's ready. 8 up, 8 down. Nods his head. A slow windup. Now the delivery to Luke Sewell. It's a 43 to Sewell. 43 is a 29. That's going to end the inning. Ground ball to Cardenas at short. He's up with it. He fires to first. 9 up, 9 down for the Cleveland Indians. Dolf Luque is definitely a Havana cigar right now. So a great job by Dolf Luque. We go to the bottom of the third. It will be Cardenas. In the top of the order, Rose and Morgan to face Addie Joss. Here's Addie Joss. Joss will face Leo Cardenas, Pete Rose, and Joe Morgan. Let's go to the chat for a moment. Hope everyone's doing well on this Thursday evening, coming up on Friday and the weekend for most folks. Clinton Parks, glad someone corrected you. Oh, Clinton. Veda. Pinson. Thank you, Bob B. We love Clinton. Bob B says, Al, who did you contact to purchase the rights to Field of Dreams? I contacted myself. I made modifications. It's not the same. I don't like, there's no corn in my Field of Dreams. I think that's stupid. King Castro. Mike, what Clinton said is the most common. However, I've heard French Canadian folks from his hometown, mostly old timers, pronounce it differently. Who are we talking about? I don't know who they're talking about. Cardenas. Nap LaJoy. It's LaJoy. I've heard it. It's LaJoy. I'm telling you, it's LaJoy. I've heard it. Clinton's not always right. Right? Felix Mian. You're wrong about that one, Mr. Clinton. All right, back to the ball game. Some good ribbing going back and forth here. Here's Leo Cardenas. I like Cardenas better. Here's Cardenas. Thank you, Clinton. 1-0 Reds. It could have been 2-0, but Klazuski was thrown out by Shoeless Joe Jackson at the plate to end the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch to Cardenas. It's a 22. How do you do? 22 is a 7. I don't think the AC Magic's going to stop that. No, that is going to be a bloop single to left. So Addie Joss did fool Cardenas, but he's able to bloop it to left. And he is a fast runner. Make sure there's no sort of automatic steal. Nope. So Cardenas. Oh my Lord. It's Cardenas, as Bob B and Clinton Parks are going at it, I believe, how to pronounce the name. It's Cardenas. Thank you, Bobby B. Here comes Pete Rose, 0 for 1. He flew out to right. Player at first. Flip the chart. Runner at first. Why do I show this like this? Because it reminds me to flip the chart. Runner at first. Pete Rose batting lefty. Joss to Rose. That's a 44 for Pete Rose. 44 is a 7. Another bloop hit. No, I am incorrect. It's a runner at first. Soft grounder to third. So what happens here, because, I memorized the on-base one. Base is empty. So you can see it is not a hit. The AC Magic, the voodoo, takes that away. Soft grounder to third. Only play at the time is to first. Advancing to second is Cardenas. So Rose got fooled by a breaking pitch. He's out 5-3. Cardenas advances to second. So it's like a swinging bunt. Here's little Joe Morgan. He was a strikeout victim of Addie Joss. Morgan digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Joss looks in at Sewell. The pitch to Joe Morgan, trying to increase the Reds' lead to 2 or more. It's a 31 to Joe Morgan. A 31 is a 9. I know that's an out. Wait. That might not be an out. Runner at second. Actually, I don't think is there 9 voodoo? Is there voodoo to stop the 9? Runner at second. We have a 31, which is a 9. And yes, if there were 2 outs, it would be a strikeout. There's only 1 out. Ground ball to short. Runner to third. Only play to first. 2 down. So a nice play by Lou Boudreau. Sends it to Rosen. He had to come in on that ball. Morgan's out 6-3, 2 down. Cardenas to third. Johnny Bench was a strikeout victim. Vinny Mancini, how you doing? Oh, Vinny, he goes, I have a ton of APBA horse racing seasons. I just don't play it anymore. I've been looking to try to buy that game at a reasonable price. People are charging like $400 for that game. I go, you're out of your mind. Out of your mind. Not paying $400 for a game. The pitch to Johnny Bench, 0 for 1, 46. From the baseball bunch, Johnny Bench, 46 of 13. Runner at third. I do believe that's still a strikeout, but let's check it. And again, they're both column 1 defensively. So a 13 curveball catches the corner. Excellent job of Sewell framing it. Strike 3, Bench barking at the umpire. Second time. Johnny struck out. Cardenas is stranded at third. Leadoff single goes for naught. It ends 90 feet away. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Reds. Due up for the Indians, top of their order, Jackson, Boudreau, and Speaker. Alex Acosta, Lou Boudreau went on to call Cubs telecast for WGN. He called Dave Kingman's home run that crossed Waveland Avenue and went up the street a couple of houses. Well, I'm sorry, Leo. It's the way I pronounce his name. So we're going to pronounce it the way I want to pronounce it. I've got 14 different pronunciations in the chat. We're going to go with Cardenas because it's flows. Cardenas. Addie Joss is pitching a hell of a game. But Dolf Luque, the Cubano, is pitching a better game. Shoeless Joe Jackson, Trish Speaker. Where's Trish? Shoeless Joe. Where's Trish Speaker? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Shoeless Joe Jackson, Lou Boudreau, and Trish Speaker. Jackson grounded to second. He's 0 for 1. Dolf Luque. Luque to Shoeless Joe Jackson. Remember, he threw out Klazuski at the plate to keep it a 1-0 game in the bottom of the second. That ended the bottom of the second. That's a 12 to Shoeless Joe Jackson. 12 is a 25. I know that's an out, but we have to get to the right chart. Base is empty chart. 25. It's going to be a ground out to second as he's a Z modifier. So another ground out to second for Shoeless Joe Jackson. That goes Morgan to Klazuski. 1 out. Lou Boudreau. Boudreau popped out to Morgan. 0 for 1. The pitch to Boudreau, right-handed. Oh, a 66. That ball is high, deep, gone. Lou Boudreau looking, breaking pitch. It hung a bit. Boudreau went bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Lou Boudreau touches them all. That goes out to dead center. It is a crush shot by Lou Boudreau. Dolf Luque went one too many times to the wishing well. That is gone, baby, gone. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. We're knotted at 1. That is the first hit of the ball game for the Cleveland Indians. A home run off the bat of Lou Boudreau. And we are tied at 1. Holy cow, that was a bippity boppity boom. And you are right, Ken Castro. I call it the way I see it. I might mispronounce some names, but that's the way it is. I'm like Walter Cronkite. That's the way it is. Trish Speaker now with 1 out. Luque has to regroup. He deals to the left-hand batting Speaker. That's a 35 to Trish Speaker. A 35 is an 8. I believe that's an out with the voodoo. And it is. Lazy pop-up. This time the breaking pitch goes where Luque wants it. Left side, Perez will make yet another catch near the third base bag. 2 outs. 1-1 game. Field of Dreams ballpark is abuzz with the Boudreaux blast. Al Rosen grounded to short. 2 outs. Base is empty. Rosen digs into the right-hander's batter's box. Luque looks in. Bench sets the target. The pitch to Al Rosen. It is a 61 to Big Al Rosen. A 61 is a 24 that will end the inning. 24 is a hard hit ball to short. Backhanding deep in the hole is Cardenas. He'll throw to Kluszewski, and the side is retired. Second time, Rosen has grounded out to short. But the homer by Boudreaux ties the game as we go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-1. Addie Joss back on the mound. Mark Jones says, go Cleveland. Oh, Bobby B. Bob says, I disagree. Al should pronounce every name perfectly. That's what Vin Scully and Bob Costa would... I messed up Bob Costas' name. Bob Costas would do. Well, I love those guys, but I'm not them. Hey, just be glad they're not hockey names. Holy cow, hockey names are tough. Why don't you have more hockey on the channel, Al? Have you looked at the names? All right. Due up for the Reds now in a 1-1 game. Frank Robinson, George Foster, and Ted Kluszewski. Which do you like better? Do you like the dark Cincinnati Reds caps or the ice? I know these are the older ones. I never could get used to that. They look so similar to the Cleveland Indians, you know? I like the red. I like the red better. Here we go. Robinson 0 for 1. The pitch to Big Frank from Addie Joss. Righty-righty matchup. 35 to Frank Robinson. 35's a 9. I know the voodoo takes that away. Swing and a miss. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Sewell applies the tag. Addie Joss has struck out another Cincinnati Red. 5 Ks for Addie Joss. One out for George Foster. Foster walked, and his speed allowed him to score all the way from first on the Kluszewski double in the bottom of the second. Remember, Ted Kluszewski, if you're just joining us, was thrown out by left fielder Shoeless Joe Jackson to end the bottom of the second on a Pinson single. Joss has the sign. The pitch to George Foster. That's a 56. 56 to Foster is a 13. That is a strikeout. Joss, 1 strikeout away from getting the side via the K, but he has to go through Ted Kluszewski, who doubled in the first and only run for the Reds in the bottom of the second. Let's see what Kluszewski can do here. Digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Joss is ready. He rocks and deals to Ted Kluszewski. That is a 13. A 13's a 14. A 14 is a walk. He's not a double ZZ pitcher, so that is a walk. Kluszewski on base for a second time. Doubled the first time, walked now. Inning stays alive for Tony Perez, who is a strikeout victim of Addie Joss. Klazuski is a slow runner. Perez will need something tremendous here to score Klazuski from first. Sewell wiggles the fingers. Josh shakes him off. Now he's ready. The pitch to Perez. 21 to TP Tony Perez. 21 is a 13. Swing. Well, let's make sure. Let's make sure. Runner at first. Oh, yeah. Got him looking on the breaking pitch. That is a strikeout. Addie Joss does strike out the side. Second time he gets Perez. 7 Ks for Addie Joss. We go to the top of the fifth, knotted at 1 here at Field of Dreams Ballpark, where all the players are always alive. Dolf Luque, the Cuban, back on the mound for the original franchise all-star Cincinnati Reds. Again, the players go up to 1979, which is interesting. It's fun because some of these players I would never use. Luque will face Doby, Calavito, LaJoy. Larry Doby popped out to Tony Perez. He's 0 for 1. Doby, the left-handed batter. Duque, the right-handed hurler. Pitch homered bound to Larry Doby. 65. 65 is a 35. That will be out number 1 of 35. Popped up. Foul territory. Johnny Bench waiting for it. Throws the mask away. Makes the catch. 1 down. Doby with another pop-out. This time to Bench. So that's a PO2. Vinny Mancini, Johnny Bench, my all-time favorite player. That will bring up Rocky Calavito. He popped out to Perez's first at-bat. Nap LaJoy on deck. The pitch to Calavito. 62 to Rocky Calavito. A 62 is a 40. That's interesting. A 40. Foul tip. Strike 1. W pitcher, it's a walk. He's not a W pitcher. So an 0-1 count to Calavito. Calavito steps back in the box. He's looking to drive one out of the ballpark. The offering from Luque. Calavito with a 36. A 36 is a 14. Double ZZ pitcher. No, he is only a Z pitcher. So that's a walk. Calavito battles back. He reaches base. One out. Calavito's a slow runner. Nap LaJoy, the second baseman, steps to the plate. Mark Jones asked, does Cleveland have Andre Thornton on the bench? No. Mike Terranova, how you doing? Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful channel. Bob B says, go Cardinals. Bob's drinking. Just kidding. I don't know if he's watching a baseball game. Sports Flicks is here. Please check out that wonderful channel. Well, he does a lot of, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, does a lot of great stuff with his Excel and just his setup in general. It's beautiful. If you like roller derby, I listen to the roller derby on the way home from work when I'm driving. Take a quick peek at it before I start my drive, and I just listen. It's fun to listen to. Good job by Sports Flicks, formerly Mr. Wrestling 2. So here's Nap LaJoy. 1 out, Calavito at first. LaJoy, right-handed batter. He's 0 for 1. They're looking for a ground ball double play from LaJoy. Luque to LaJoy. 42, how do you do? To Nap LaJoy. A 42 is an 8. I know we got, well, before I say that, we got to get runner at first. And it's an 8. Is there voodoo taking that away? Yes, there is. Number to the mound. Only plays to first. Runner advances to second. 1-3. A swinging bunt by LaJoy. He's retired. Calavito miraculously gets the second. 2 outs. LaJoy now 0 for 2. Ken Keltner steps to the plate. He flew out to Pinson in center. 1-1 ball game. The pitch to Keltner. Keltner from the right-hand batter's box is a 33. It's a 6. There's nothing to stop that. Runner at first, 6. I believe that is a double. AC pitcher. It's a double either way, so we'll use the A. Fast runner scores with under 2 outs, but there's 2 outs, so Calavito will score with the 2 outs. Had there not been 2 outs, he would not have scored. The Indians take the lead on the 2-out double by Ken Keltner. Calavito was off on contact. Well, it's a double, and he's on second, so of course Calavito's going to score. I don't know why I thought he was on first. I forgot he advanced to second. But it's 2-1 Indians. So even though it seemed like Dolf Luque is pitching better than Addie Joss has struck out, what? He struck out 7? And now it's a 2-1 lead for the Indians in the Battle of the Buckeye State. The walk was a killer. Walks come back to haunt you. It's 2-1 Cleveland. 1 in the 4th now, 1 in the 5th. Number 9 batter, the catcher. And remember, Ted Kluszewski was thrown out at the plate by Shoeless Joe Jackson. So Luke Sewell, who applied the tag on Kluszewski, now at the plate with 2 outs. Keltner, a normal runner. The pitch to Luke Sewell. Can they advance their lead beyond 1? A 45 from Dolf Luque to Luke Sewell. 45 is a 14. Runner on second. A 14. That's a walk. Came way inside. Sewell with the free pass to first. So Sewell at first, Keltner at second. Second free pass of the inning. We go to the top of the order. 2 outs, 2 on. Shoeless Joe Jackson is grounded to Joe Morgan twice. He wants some revenge. Jackson was the man who threw out Kluszewski at the plate, ending the bottom of the second. The pitch to the left-hand batting Shoeless one, Joe Jackson. It is a 14 to Shoeless Joe Jackson. A 14's a 30. We have first and second. That's bases full. First and second. 14's a 30. And that should retire the side. It does. High fly ball to left field. Pete Rose waiting for it. Makes the catch. The side is retired. But the double by Keltner gives the Indians a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Shoeless Joe Jackson 0 for 3. So Addie Joss pitching for the first time with a lead. Here's Addie Joss. He'll face Pinson Cardenas because it flows. And then Pete Rose. The pitch to Pinson. 56, excuse me. 56 to Pinson. 56 is a 34, bases empty. That will be an out. First out of the inning. So a 34, bases empty. Popped up to short. Y pitcher strikeout. No, he's a Z pitcher. So Boudreaux catches the pop out. 1 down. Alex Acosta has joined us again. Here's Leo Cardenas. I like to say Cardenas. It just flows better. The pitch to Leo. 46. A 46 to Cardenas is a 24. That's out number 2. Grounder to short. Boudreaux up with it. Throws to Rosen. 2 away. 6-3. 2-1 Indians. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order, Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, 0 for 2. Rose, switch hitter, batting lefty. Joss has had his number so far. Sewell sets the target. Joss is ready. The pitch to Rose. 44 to Pete Rose. Let's see what this will do. 44 to Pete Rose is a 7. 7. A 7 will be a single as Rose bloops the outside pitch to left center. So Rose on. 2 outs. Rose is a fast runner. That could come into play. Little Joe Morgan, 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded to short. Runner at first. A speedy Charlie Hustle. 2-1 Indians. Addie Joss trying to protect that lead. Morgan in the left-hander's batter's box. The pitch to Little Joe Morgan. 25 to Little Joe Morgan. 25's a 10. 25 is a 10. Single to right center field. Rose goes to third. And then, well, I got to go with the worst result, right? But they're both the same. Rose to third, batter steals second. All righty. Wow, here come the Reds with 2 outs. Rose to third. Then on an 0-2 count, so obviously it was not strike 3. Morgan steals second. So that's a single and a stolen base for Joe Morgan. Second and third, 2 outs for Johnny Bench. Bench 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Bench of the baseball bunch. We have second and third here. We go to the second and third chart. Sewell goes out to have a word with Addie Joss. Now back behind the plate. What can Johnny do here? Joss has had Johnny's number. Johnny looking to go bippity-boppity boom. The pitch to Bench with 2 outs. Oh! 65 is a 35. A third infield obviously playing normal with 2 outs. 35. Skied near the dugout. Right side. Going over. Al Rosen. He reaches in and he makes the catch. Addie Joss wiggles out of it. Bench finally makes some contact, but he pops out foul to the first baseman, Al Rosen. The Indians maintain a 2-1 lead. We go to the top of the 6th. The Indians will try to expand that lead here at Field of Dreams Ballpark. For the Indians in the top of the 6th, Boudreaux, Speaker, Rosen. All right. Great pitchers duel here. How huge was Klaczewski being thrown out at the plate in the bottom of the 2nd to end the 2nd? Cuban, Dolf, Luque on the mound. Face Boudreaux, Speaker, and Rosen. 2-1 Indians in the Battle of the Buckeye State. The pitch to Lou Boudreaux. He homered to tie the game in the 4th. That's a 36 to Boudreaux. 36 to Lou Boudreaux's a 33. We have to go to the bases empty chart. 33 is an out. Let's just see what it is. Popped up, right side, calling for it. Second baseman Morgan, he calls off Klaczewski, 1 down. Boudreaux's now 1 for 3. Pop out 4. 1 out for Trish Speaker. Speaker's 0 for 2. It's grounded out, popped out. The pitch to the left-hand batting Speaker. He's a speedy gent. You want to keep him off the base paths. 23 to Trish Speaker. 23 is a 30. That's going to be out number 2. As Speaker makes contact, that's going deep to left center field. Charlie Hustle racing over, reaching up, making the catch. 2 away. We now go to the first baseman, Al Rose, and he made a fine defensive play on the ball in foul territory, reaching into the dugout to make the catch, ending the bottom of the 5th. Rosen is grounded twice to short. And Cardenas. Luque has the sign. Bench sets a target. The pitch to Al Rosen, a 42 to Al Rosen. 42 is a 9. 9, but the A voodoo. Rosen rips a shot foul. That had home run distance, and then strikes out on the breaking pitch. So Al Rosen is retired. That A and that C voodoo just takes hit after hit away. Rosen is a frustrated 0 for 3. Luque, that is his first strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Indians. Again, I like these sets because these are some players I probably would never play with. Addie Joss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think you can increase an AC pitcher. Let me see. I don't think they can advance. Yeah, they don't advance, even with 5 shutout innings. So it's going to be Robinson, Foster, and Klaczewski to face Addie Joss Reds with a 1-run deficit in the bottom of the 6th. Big Frank is 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Addie Joss has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The pitch to Big Frank Robinson. That's a 44. A 44 is a 6. Nothing's going to stop that. It's going to be a line drive hit to right, splitting the outfielders. Sliding in safely to second is Frank Robinson. A leadoff double for Big Frank. Tying run at second base. Foster at the plate. You know he's not bunting. As Ken Castro confirms, no advance on an AC pitcher. Thank you, my friend. Foster is walked and struck out. Scored on the Klaczewski double back in the 2nd. The pitch to Speak Softly, carry a big boomstick. George Foster. It is a 51 for George Foster from Addie Joss. 51 is an 8. I believe. Oh, wait, we got a runner at second, though. Got to get to the right chart. Runner at second, and it's an 8. We have an AC pitcher. It's a hard hit shot right up the middle. Addie Joss knocks it down. It rolls away from him. His only play is to first. He's got a hustle, and they get Foster by a step. Nice stretch by Rosen. Runner advances to third. Oh, he just took a hit away from Foster. The only good news, if you're a Reds fan, is Frank Robinson's at third. Addie Joss saved a ribby for the moment. 1 out. Robinson at third is a slow runner. That could come into play. Oh, Bob B says, Al, what do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson boxing match in July? 1, I will watch it because I have Netflix. I think Mike Tyson, I did not buy it, but I watched it on YouTube because someone put it up. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson is going to kill him. I don't care if Tyson's in his 50s. Mike Tyson is going to kill Jake Paul. If Paul went down from a punch from Tyson Fury's brother, whose first name escapes me at the moment, and I watched that fight because Mike Tyson's going to hit him in the ribs, and Jake Paul is going to wince and go down in pain for a 10 count. I would be in shock, and I will watch it because I have Netflix, and I love boxing. So here comes Ted Kluszewski, and I give Jake Paul a lot of credit. Hey, he's making money, and he's getting hit. You can't say he doesn't train hard. He's getting hit. Oh, I think he's going to destroy him, Bob. I think he's going to destroy him. I think it's going to end on a body shot. I really do, Bobby. I think it's going to be a Peter McNeely. I can't see Jake Paul surviving one round unless they do some business. In other words, they kind of play around for a bit and then decide to go at it. I mean, you can find probably the Tyson Roy Jones Jr. fight on YouTube somewhere, and he looked good. And both Roy Jones and him, they're older, but his hand speed was there. Jake Paul, what the hell is Tyson Fury's brother name? He's like a model movie star, handsome. Not a bad fighter, but I mean, he's about, he's a cruiserweight, about $185, $190. And Tommy Fury. I mean, Tommy Fury dropped him. I mean, he hits okay, but what's Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson hits him, All right, let's get back to the game. We have a runner at third, one out. Do I want to play the infield in? Let's get the runner at third, though. The right chart. Clinton's enjoying the game. Thank you, Clinton. We always enjoy to have fun people in the chat, and I do like help. The problem is, and I'll end it with this, with mispronunciations. When you mispronounce a name for so long, I appreciate when people try to help me, and I try to say it properly, but unfortunately, it's ingrained in my brain, the way I've mispronounced it, and you fall back into old habits, as they say in boxing. Bob B says, Jake Paul's 15 minutes needs to end for both him and his brother. His brother's an entertaining wrestler. I mean, he does a lot of crazy stuff, but it sort of makes sense. But yeah, you know what? They're athletic, and they can talk. We have a runner at third, one out. Kluszewski at the plates, doubled in a run and walked. Robinson's a slow runner at third. I'm going to play normal. I'm not going to play the infield in. The pitch to Kluszewski, and he gets a 12. We have the infield regular. 12's a 25. This might cost us a run. Ooh, it might not. 25, runner at third. Line shot, caught by the second baseman. Throw to third, double play. I don't think it matters anyway, because there's nothing. So a 25 is just a horrific roll. So it's a 12. A 12 is a 25. What a horrific roll. They line into the double play to end the bottom of the sixth. So the 25, line drive caught by the second baseman, quick throw to third. It's a double play. 4-5. Inning is over. What a result for Addie Joss. Joss pumps his fit. Wow, I did not expect that. Again, that was phenomenal. So that is a line out double play. 4-5. Side is retired. The tying run gets to third. And Frank Robinson, he thought that ball was going through, I guess. Kluszewski hit it on the screws, but right at the second baseman, Napla Joy, who quickly fires to Keltner to double up Frank Robinson. It's still 2-1 Cleveland. We go to the top of the seventh. Perez will lead things off in the bottom of the seventh for the Reds, who still trail by 1. Again, I don't know how this. I just am in shock how well APBA works. And Clinton plays. Oh, I know. I need the big book as soon as possible. This is killing me. Bob B says, Addie's the man. He is. I do like the charts, but it's tough to read it. A book I could have to the side. I mean, I guess I could have the charts to the side, but wow, what a play. Clinton plays the free version of APBA, which, what the hell is it called? I got the chart here. I'm learning it a little bit, and it's fun. You got to print up everything. It's what the hell is this game called? But it's APBA, basically. It has righty-lefty splits. Let's run around first. I'm just fooling around, learning a little bit of it. And I don't have the name of the game. National Pastime 3 or something like that? Or Plus? NP3 Plus? And all the seasons are free. But I like the basic. But that one's not hard either. I'm not ready to stream that. So 2-1, top of the 7th. Dolf Luque, the Cubano, back up on the bump. Will face Dobie, Calavito, and Napla Joy. Luque to Dobie, 52 to Larry Dobie. A 52 is a 27. I know that's an out. We got to go to the bases empty chart. 27 is a ground out to third. He's not an X pitcher. So that's going to be Perez to Klazuski, 1 out. Dobie is 0 for 3. So Dobie's out. 1 out for Calavito. 2-1 Indians. Calavito has popped to third and walked and scored. He had a great read on the he was at second, I'm sorry, because he ended up going to second on the 1-3. So he scored easily on the double by Keltner. The pitch to Rocky Calavito from Luque. That's a 26 to Calavito. A 26 is a 12. A 12 on fielding column 1. A 1-hop rocket speared by the first baseman. What a play by Klazuski. Races to the bag. Easily wins the foot race against Calavito. 2 down. Nice play by Ted Klazuski. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 Indians. Napla Joy. 0 for 2. 2 ground outs. 1 to third. 1 to the pitcher. The pitch to Nap. 61 to Napla Joy. Is a 9, and that I know that's not going to be a hit. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. LaJoy rips one foul and then strikes out on the breaking pitch. That AC Voodoo takes away the hit there. Second K by Dolf Luque. We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Field of Dreams Ballpark. 2-1 Indians. Due up for the Reds, Perez, Pinson, Cardenas. I can't even try to pronounce it right. I pronounce it wrong so many times. So I continue will say Cardenas. So it's going to be Keltner for the Indians in the 8th. Well, it is a hell of a pitcher's duel. It's a hell of a game. It all goes back to the slow-footed Klazuski being gunned out by Shoeless Joe Jackson in the bottom of the 2nd. Ending the 2nd, they only got 1 run. So Addie Joss will face Perez, Pinson, and Cardenas. Perez is 0 for 2 strikeouts. The pitch to Perez, that's a 45. 45 to Tony Perez is a 14. Base is empty. That is a walk. Addie Joss is a Z pitcher, not a ZZ pitcher. So it is a walk. Slow-footed Perez at first. Now, do we want a pinch run for Perez? If he gets the set, oh boy. No, we're not going to pinch run for Perez. Pinson steps up plate. He's 1 for 2, a single, and a pop out to short. The pitch to Pinson. 13. A 13's a 40. Runner at first. That's a unique one. A 40. Pitch out. Wow. It's a failed hit and run, we're going to say, because Tony Perez is gunned out at second. Sewell to Boudreau. They guessed hit and run. They pitched out, and Perez is gone. We're just out stealing. I did that wrong. Not enough room, so we're going to go walk here and out stealing. And that went to Boudreau, so that was 2-6. I don't have room to mark it. That's fine. Pinson steps back in the box, so a failed hit and run. It just makes logical sense, right? Because Perez would not have been going. Back to the bases empty chart. The pitch to Pinson once again. Ooh, 65. 65 is a 35. That's going to be out number 2. Popped up. Front of the plate. The catcher Sewell's calling for it. He'll make the catch. Pinson's now 1 for 3. That will bring up Leo Cardenas. He's singled and grounded to short. Can he keep the inning alive for the Reds here in the bottom of the 7th? The pitch to Leo. Addie Joss deals a 41. 41 is a 24. 24 ground ball to short. Boudreau up with it. Throws to first. The side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th. 2-1 Indians. In the top of the 8th for Cleveland, Keltner, Sewell, and Shoeless Joe Jackson. To face Dolf Luque. He's on the hook to be a tough luck loser. He's done with his warm-up tosses. Here's Ken Keltner. The pitch to Keltner. Keltner with a 66. The Indians are going to increase their lead. It's going to be the second ribby for Ken Keltner. He doubled one in the 5th, and now a leadoff homer in the top of the 8th. That looked like a flat slider crushed by Ken Keltner. That ball is gone, baby, gone. Towering shot. Gone to right center. 3-1 Indians. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball. Ken Keltner touches them all. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. Second ribby for Ken Keltner, the number 8 batter playing third base for the Cleveland Indians. That home run might just put the game out of the reach of the Reds. It's now 3-1 with the leadoff blast here in the top of the 8th at Field of Dreams Ballpark. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperers, join us. Hope all is well. 3-1 Indians. Luke Sewell steps at plate. 0 for 1. He's grounded out to short and walk. Luque to Sewell. 41 to Luke. Luke will swing the stick. That's a 24. That'll be out number 1. Ground ball to Cardenas. At short, he throws to Klazuski. Second time, Sewell's grounded to short. 1 out. Indians fans are abuzz here in the Battle of Ohio. They're now up 3-1. Top of the order, Shoeless Joe Jackson, 0 for 3. 2 groundouts and a flyout for the Shoeless one. The pitch to the left-hand batting Shoeless Joe Jackson. Luque to Jackson, 24. 24 is a 13. That's a strikeout. Another K for Mr. Luque. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts for Dolf Luque, but the Reds trail 3-1. 2 outs. Did I just do that wrong? I did. I am incorrect. I put it over here. That's not right. That goes up here. And he does not have 8 Ks. He only has 3 Ks. Addie Joss has 7 Ks. All right, we fixed that. Whiteout magic. 2 outs. 3-1 Indians. Lou Boudreau to the plate. Boudreau homered. In between those 2 homers, or outside the homers, are 2 pop-outs to second. The pitch to the right-hand batting shortstop of Cleveland, Lou Boudreau. It's a 21 to Boudreau from Dolf Luque. 21's a 30. That's going to end the inning. Fly ball to center field, deep but not deep enough. Pinson makes the catch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Indians, thanks to the homer by Keltner that led off the top of the 8th. Second, ribby for Keltner. The first one came on a double. And as we just witnessed, the second one on a bippity-boppity boom to the moon, Alice. Boom goes the ball, and Keltner touched them all. Addie Joss and the Indians have another run to play with. So a 2-run lead now for Joss as they go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Rose, Morgan, and Bench for the Reds, who trail by 2. Charlie hustles 1 for 3. The pitch to Pete, switch hitter batting lefty. That's a 62 to Pete Rose. 62 is a 22. A 22 hard hit shot to first. Diving stop by Rosen from his knees. He tosses to Addie Joss, covering the bag. What a great play by Al Rosen. 1 down. Scoring at home 3-1. Rose shaking his head. He's now 1 for 4. Little Joe Morgan steps to the plate. Morgan's 1 for 3. Addie Joss deals to Morgan. Left-handed stick. 23 to Little Joe Morgan. 23 is a 13. He strikes him out. There's the 8th K for Addie Joss. Second time Morgan's gone down via the K. Two outs, bases empty. Johnny Bench 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a pop out to first. Bench of the baseball bunch. The pitch to Bench. 56 to Johnny, a 56. A third strikes him out. Johnny Bench with the hat trick you don't want. Side retired. Addie Joss comes off the field, smiling towards the fans. The Cleveland fans here at Field of Dreams ballpark give him a standing ovation. He tips his cap to the fans. We go to the top of the 9th, 3-1 Indians. Addie Joss has now struck out 9. Let's confirm the kill count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Ks for Addie Joss. 3-1 lead for the Indians. You bet he's finishing it. What a performance by Addie Joss, Indians 1908 season. Dolf Luque has not pitched poorly. He's given up 3 runs, but that seems like enough for the Indians to defeat, I would say, the favored Reds in the Battle of the Buckeye State. Here's Trish Speaker looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. The pitch to Trish. 63 to Trish. And a 63 to Speaker's a 40. Bases empty, a 40. Foul tipped. He's not a W pitcher. 0-1 count. Luque to Speaker again. 45. So a 45 is a 14. Speaker battles Luque to a walk. He's a Z pitcher, not a double ZZ pitcher. So that is a walk. The speedy Trish Speaker on at first. Speaker on first, 3-1. Al Rosen at the plate. He's not bunting. He's going to swing the stick. Pitch to Rosen. 55 to Al Rosen. 55's a 7. We have a runner at first. Does Luque's AC grade have the voodoo to stop the 7? And it does. It's a soft tapper to third, advancing to second. will be Speaker, only play to first. Perez goes to Kluszewski, 1 down, retiring Rosen. So that took the hit right away, the A on the part of the AC grading. There's that voodoo, takes away a hit, frustrating Al Rosen. So that's 1-3. Or is that the third? Softly to third. Yeah, 5-3. Sorry. 1 out. Runner at second. For Larry Doby, he's 0 for 3. Calavito on deck. So we have to go runner at second. And I do this so it reminds me to switch the charts. That's why I show the charts. I don't think I've forgotten to switch the charts yet. Doby trying to increase the Indians' lead. Oh, he was looking for that 11. He gets a 12. A 12 is a 25. Runner at second. 25, fielding column 1. Liner caught by the second baseman. Flips to short. Double play. And that retires the top of the ninth. So it's a double play. Line out. 6-4. Doby is 0 for 4. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 3-1 Indians. The Reds need 2 to tie, 3 to win. There'll be no changes for the Cleveland Indians in the field. Dolf Luque, the Cuban pitcher, looks to be a tough luck loser. Addie looking to finish what he started, close out the show. He'll face Frank Robinson. Robinson is 1 for 3, doubled his last at-bat, struck out, ground out. Then Foster is 0 for 2. He walked and scored, struck out and grounded out. And then Ted Kluszewski knocked in the only run back in the second. Kluszewski was thrown out at the plate to end the second by Shoeless Joe Jackson. Addie has struck out 9. Looking for 10 or more. Here's Big Frank Robinson, 3-1 Indians. The dice are stuck. There we go. The pitch to Big Frank. Ooh, it's a 25. A 25 to Big Frank is a 10. Ooh, that could be unique. I think that's a hit. I do believe that's a hit. I don't think Voodoo takes that away. Base is empty, 10. Chopper up the middle. Single. So Frank Robinson singles to center. It was a seeing eye chopper up the middle. Tying run will come to the plate, and George Foster. Holy cow. Sewell goes out to have a quick word with Addie Joss. It's very quick, back behind the plate, but before he steps back behind the plate, he sets the defense for double play depth. Foster can tie this with a mighty swing of the boom bat here in the bottom of the ninth at Field of Dreams Ballpark, the Battle of the Buckeye State. Joss to Foster. It is a 31. A 31 is an 8. Runner at first. And it's an 8. I believe the Voodoo. Oh, yeah, the Voodoo already took that away. It's going to be a chopper to the mound. To the right of the mound. Joss picks it up. Thought about going for second. Takes the sure out at first. Advancing to second is Robinson. Smart play by Addie Joss. Foster is retired. The Voodoo takes away the hit. I'm robbing the Voodoo comment from our good friend King Icky Poo. Second time Foster's done that, I believe, because another 1-3. Tying run again comes to the plate. Ted Kluszewski. He's got bippity-boppity boom power. He's knocked in the only run. Back in the second, he doubled in Foster. Now Robinson stands at second. Kluszewski was also thrown out at the plate to end the second by Shoeless Joe Jackson. Kluszewski flexing his biceps from the left-hander's batter's box. Joss to Kluszewski. It's a 66! Ted Kluszewski crushes it. Kluszewski sends it to dead center. It is gone. Addie Joss hangs his head. We're knotted at 3. Ted Kluszewski has driven in all 3 runs for the Cincinnati Reds. Their dugout explodes. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Addie Joss challenged Kluszewski, and Kluszewski won. What a crush shot by the man with the biceps, Ted Klaczewski. We are knotted at 3. 2-out homer. I'm sorry, a 2-run homer with 1 out. This baseball game is tied. And that might be it for Addie Joss, as my scribbling got too close. Wow, so Klaczewski homers. It's a 3-3 ball game with 1 out. Now, can Tony Perez walk it off? That's going to be it for Addie Joss. He pitched a magnificent game. Ken Castro says, wow, tough for Addie. It sure was. At 66, booyah. We're not at 3. So Addie Joss pitched 8 1/3 innings, and he struck out 9. Or was it 9 or 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's what I like to keep track of. And he gave up 3 runs. They were all earned. That's all. And he gave up a homer. Addie Joss is done. Let's go to see who we're going to take out. Cleveland, I think it's going to be George Ewell. They really don't have any relievers. And he's a grade A pitcher. So we're going to go George Ewell. I don't know how to pronounce this gentleman's name. Ewell. So George Ewell. That is, Addie Joss. Wow. Feel bad for Addie. Bob B says, poop. So George Ewell's coming in the game. Actually, you know what? I think Vinny wanted to, Alex. Alex wanted to see Bob Feller. We're going to go Bob Feller. Why not? Bob Feller is an A grade. And I do think Bob Feller must have pitched in relief at some point. Maybe I'm wrong, but the old school pitchers sometimes pitched in relief. We're going to go Bob Feller. So Bob Feller coming out of the pen. Again, these all-stars do anything to win. So Bob Feller. Let's go blue pen here. Feller is, that's going to decrease their defense to 44, but that's not going to make a difference. Not going to make a difference, so I'm not even going to mark it. But yeah, I guess we will. Defense goes to a 44 because Feller is a 1, where Joss was a 2, and he's an A pitcher with an X modifier, and he's coming in the 9th with 1 out. He's going to face Tony Perez. Oh, no. Black. There we go. Black pen. There we go. So Feller to face Perez. Bob B says, bring in Kovaleski. We're going to bring in Feller. Perez to Bob Feller, 3-3 game. Or Bob Feller to Perez. I thought it was going to be a 66. A 32 righty-righty matchup. 32. How do you do? It's a 26. Base is empty. That's an out. We could be heading to free baseball. 26 is a ground out to second. 2 away, so that's 4-3. Making the play is LaJoy DeRozan. Well, if we go far, we'll bring in Kovaleski next, Bob. I believe it was Alex wanted to see Bob Feller. Here comes Pinson. Can Pinson walk it off for the Reds? Feller trying to take it to free baseball. That's a 41. 41 to Pinson is a 24. We're going to free baseball. That's a ground ball to short. Boudreaux to Rosen. Side retired, but the 2-run homer by Kluszewski, he's knocked in all 3 runs, ties the game, crushing the hearts and souls of Cleveland Indian fans and Addie Joss. So we're knotted at 3. We go to the top of the 10th. Dolf Luque. Do we give him another inning? I think we do. We'll give Dolf. Now he has a chance to win it. Dolf Luque, we're going to give him one more inning. He's pitched well. He'll face Calavito, LaJoy, and Keltner. Keltner's knocked in too, so Calavito, LaJoy, and Keltner. He's still an AC pitcher, so still a hell of a pitcher. We're going to give him one more inning. The pitch to Rocky Calavito, 51 from Luque to Calavito. 51's an 8, and the AC Voodoo will take away the 8. Lazy pop-up gets him on the breaking pitch to third. So Calavito pops out to Perez. 1 out. Calavito 0 for 3 with a walk. As Alex Acosta's about time feller came in for Cleveland. Thank you. You're welcome. Extra innings, baby, says Alex Acosta. Here's Nap LaJoy. Free baseball. LaJoy 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Oh, Nap LaJoy, not a power hitter. So that's a 0. We roll again, but you roll on the D column no matter what. Oh, so it doesn't matter who is pitching there. It's a 24. Now we go 24, but you look at the second one. It's a 6. And that is going to be a double. To the left center field. Nap LaJoy doubles. Here comes the Indians. I want to stay with blue, actually. A double for LaJoy. Let's make sure there's no stealing or anything. Nope. LaJoy's a fast runner. The dangerous Ken Keltner, and that's it for Dolf Luque. Keltner's owned Luque. He's doubled in a run and hit a homer. A 2-run homer. No, a solo homer, sorry. Boudreaux had the other run with the homer. So that's it for Dolf Luque. Dolf Luque goes 9 1/3. He's given up 3 runs. He's responsible for LaJoy at second, who's a speedy runner. And he struck out 3. Gave up 2 home runs, struck out 3. All right. So now for Cincinnati, we're going to go with Clay Carroll, A grade, and he's a righty. Ken Keltner's a righty. He's coming in the middle of an inning, so he becomes... Does he become an AC or no? I don't know. A pitcher. Where's the reliever rule? When a relief pitcher enters the game in the mid-inning... No, he can't increase. He stays an A pitcher. Okay. So Luque is done. Clay Carroll's coming in. So that's going to be Carroll. And that's going to decrease their defense to 44. They're still fielding column A. So Carroll is an A grade, 1 fielding rating, A, Y, Z modifier. Can Ken Keltner do it again? And he's coming in the 10th. All right. Big moment for Ken Keltner again. Carroll to Keltner. LaJoy at second, a speedy runner. It's a 24 to Ken Keltner. 24 is a 13. Clay Carroll. Runner at second. I believe that's still going to be a strikeout, but let's make sure. $13, strike 3. Keltner went fishing. First strikeout for Clay Carroll, but the first batter he faces, he'll have to face the catcher now, Luke Sewell. Sewell 0 for 2 with a walk. Indians might go to the bench here. They're going to go with Hal Trotsky. He's got pop. He's got the home run, the 11, and the 66. And then we'll need a new catcher, which would be Steve O'Neill. So we're using some players here. So Sewell's out of the game. We're going to put the pinch hitter over here because I don't have enough room there. So Trotsky, didn't he write some sort of comic book? Boom, boom. Pinch hit 10th for Sewell. Okay. So Sewell is out. Trotsky. We're going to put O'Neill here. He's going to come in to catch. Yeah, let's get Sewell out of the game. Free baseball getting intense. Here we go. Clay Carroll now to face the left-hand batting Trotsky. Carroll. Clay to Hal. It's a 22. A 22 for Trotsky is a 6. It's a double. The Indians will take the lead. Runner at second. Hal Trotsky doubles. Against an A grade. A 6 is still a double. Left center field. Scoring from second is LaJoy. That run is charged to Luque. So that closes the book on him. 4 runs. And it's 4-3 Indians. Hal Trotsky does it with a double. 4-3 Indians. That can make a winner out of Bob Feller. Shoeless Joe Jackson comes to the plate. Trotsky is a normal runner. Wow. Shoeless Joe looking for his first hit. There's only one out. Or is that 2 outs? Let me make sure. Pop out. Double. Colavito popped. There's 2 outs, I'm sorry. Colavito popped out. LaJoy doubled. Keltner struck out. That was our first batter. Carroll faced. And then pinch hitter Trotsky doubles. So 2 outs. Make sure we're not giving him an extra out. 1. Yep. Okay. 2 outs for Shoeless Joe Jackson. 24 for Shoeless Joe Jackson. 24 is a 13. That's a strikeout. Runner at second. 13. Strikeout. But the Indians retake the lead. Cincinnati's the home team. So the Reds will have to try to do it again in the bottom of the 10th. A clutch pinch hit double by Hal Trotsky. And he's done. O'Neill will come in to catch. That's after Keltner. All right, so O'Neill's an 8. That's going to take them down to a 43. 43 is still higher than a 41. There's still column 1. So it's going to be O'Neill doing the catch now. And he is light line through there. He's going to catch. And he is an 8. He's a slow runner. All right, they're hoping he does not have to bat. If he has to bat, something went wrong for the Indians. He bats after Keltner. We don't have another catcher. Clay Carroll on the bump to be a loser now. Really enjoying this set. Hope the folks watching or listening are enjoying also. Can Cincinnati do it again? Bob Feller gets 3 outs. He gets the win. Kovaleski's ready in the pen. They don't want to lose the battle of the Buckeye State. We're going to pinch hit. Do we want to pinch hit for Leo Cardenas? He's 1 for 3. He has speed. We're not going to know. He's going to hit. Leo's going to hit. So it's going to be Leo, Rose, and Morgan. Bob Feller, A grade X modifier to Leo Cardenas. 21 to Leo Cardenas. 21 is a 30. Base is empty. 30, that's going to be out number 1. Fly ball left center field. Racing over to make the catch is Shoeless Joe Jackson. One out. Indians 2 outs away from winning. Remember, they were up by 2 in the bottom of the 9th until Klazuski jacked out of the park. He's knocked in all 3 runs for the Reds, but Pete Rose steps to the plate. Rose 1 for 4. There's 1 hit, a single. Switch hitter, batting lefty against Bob Feller. Feller gets a sign from his new battery mate, O'Neill. Came in to catch after Hal Trotsky had the pinch hit double to put the Indians ahead. He pinched hit for Sewell. The pitch to Rose. Ooh, a 62. How do you do? A 62 is a 22. 22, A gray. I'm sorry, that doesn't matter. Column 1. Hard hit ball, diving stop by Al Rosen at first from his knees. He tosses to Feller, who just beats Rose to the bag. Rose complaining that he was safe, but the man in blue says, "You are out, Charlie Hustle." Great play by Rosen. 3-1. If you're scoring at home, 2 outs, it comes down to little Joe Morgan. Bob Feller looking to get the win out of the pen. Joe Morgan is 1 for 4. He struck out twice, grounded out, single, and stole the base. Morgan has some pop for a second baseman. Feller to the left-hand batting Morgan. It's a 33. Will the Voodoo take this away? No, it's a 5. That's a trip. Is a 5 a triple? No, it is a double. Wait, base is empty. I think a 3 is a triple. It's going to keep hope alive. A 5. Swinging. A check swing bloop to left center field. It falls in. A hustle double. Morgan with a hustle double slides in safely to second. Tying run. With 2 outs, the speedy Joe Morgan at second. Bob Feller has to regroup here. O'Neill comes out from behind the plate to have a discussion with Feller. They'll have to face Johnny Bench. Bench could walk it off for the Reds. Sportsflix says bench redemption. Alex Acosta saying 1 more out for Bob Feller. Kovaleski ready in the pen. The pitch to Johnny Bench. It's a 26 from Bob Feller. 26 is a 12. Runner at second. 12. That's an odd kind of number. I don't really know a 12 too well. Let's look at it together. Fielding column 1. Oh, a 12 is okay. Feller blows him. Well, that didn't come out right. Feller blows her right by him with the high cheese. Strike 3. Feller challenges Bench. He strikes him out. Let's triple check that. Runner at second. Rerolled a 26. A 26 is a... Where's the 26? Is a 12. Fielding column A, 1. Blew him away. Boy, that's tough for me to say. With the high cheese, this game is over. Bob Feller zips it past Johnny Bench. Holy cow, Johnny Bench struck out 4 times in this game. The only time he made contact was a pop out to first. What a game. Alex Acosta says, moment of truth. This ball game is over. Brian Hoxie says, I just spit out my drink. Well, thank God Bob Feller's not spitting something else out, correct? What a game. So Bob Feller strikes out Bench. The tying run at second. Bench, the winning run at the plate. Horrible day for Johnny. No redemption for as Sportsflix called for it. He says, golden sombrero for Bench. 4 strikeouts for Bench. What a game. Cleveland comes back after losing the lead. They had a 2-run lead with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Klaczewski clouded 1 out to center. Ted Klaczewski knocked in all 3 runs. 1 with a double, 2 with a homer. Actually, that was a... it was a 1-out homer in the bottom of the 9th. So the Indians win 4-3. What a great game. Winning pitcher is Bob Feller. Losing pitcher, Clay Carroll. No, losing pitcher, my faux pas. Clay Carroll allowed the run to score. It was Dolf Luque is the losing pitcher. Clay Carroll gets nothing. No blown save, no nothing. He just allowed the run to score. So Luque is the losing pitcher. Player of the game I would have gave it to Addie Joss, but he gave up those runs in the bottom of the ninth. Player of the game, Ken Keltner. Knocked in 3. Doubled in a run, hit a 2-run homer. I'm sorry, knocked in 2. Doubled in a run, solo homer. Boudreaux had a homer. And then the clutch double by the pinch hitter, Hal Trosky. What a fun game the Indians win. Great game. There you have it. That's what our hobby's all about. Bob B says, Bench got a special prize for 4Ks. He sure did. I turned this into some sort of bizarre X-rated Fandango. Alex Acosta says, was I right? You were right. You called for Bob Feller, and Bob Feller the J-O-B. Sportsflix says Keltner. I agree. Keltner is the player of the game. So hope everyone enjoyed it. 4-3. The original franchise all-star Cleveland Indians win the Buckeye battle as they take out the original franchise Cincinnati Reds 4-3. Your winning pitcher out of the bullpen in relief for Addie Joss, Bob Feller. Thanks to Alex Acosta with that. Your losing pitcher was Dolf Luque, as Clay Carroll allowed the inherent runner to score, but that run was charged to Luque. 4-3 Indians. Player of the game, Ken Keltner once again. I would like to thank Alex Acosta, Sportsflix. Please check out that channel and subscribe. Bob B, Vinny Mancini, Brian Hoxie, Ken Castro, Joshua Hauser. Lively chat. A lot of fun. Clinton Parks, D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer. Oh, it was a fun chat. I try to read stuff when I can. I'm just going through it now. Sports Time Machine, our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike, please subscribe to that channel. Cutter Historical was here. Subscribe to that channel. Mike Terranova, please subscribe to that channel. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Mark Jones. Wonderful chat. Wonderful stream. It's all made possible by you guys, the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Continue to scroll up. I think we got it. Oh, Dave Gardner, thank you very much. And Brian Hoxie. I think I already said Brian, but I never remember. All right, that was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the stream and you want, hit that like button. More importantly, come back and have fun if you enjoyed. This was a really fun chat. I apologize again. I know there's players' names I mispronounce, and I appreciate people trying to help me pronounce them correctly. But you know what happens when you say them wrong, incorrectly so many times, because you don't know, right? Even when I look it up, I'm trying to do it. Well, what the hell is that? I don't know how to pronounce it. So I do appreciate that. Now I poke fun at myself with that, and so I have fun with it. Brandon Baker, thank you for stopping by. So thank you very much, everyone. Again, if you want, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, you wish to do so, that's awesome. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. We stream and have fun. That's what our community is about, and we help one another. Check out all the other wonderful content creators in our community. Subscribe to them, share, like them, as well as me. That's how you become a member of the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Stay safe, be smart, enjoy life. Enjoy, if this is part of your hobby and you play games, enjoy them and tell us about it when we do chats. Chat with Al, maybe coming up Saturday, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. If you like this, it's important to hit the like button, because then I'll continue with two. Would you like to see 2 different teams? And next time I play APBA. The dyslexia is killing me today. My brain's going too fast. I have to slow it down. So bear with me with that. If you want to see more of this, just put it in the comments after the video posts. We'll have 2 different teams at some point, and I'll show off all the teams. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Greatly appreciate everyone's time. God bless. I love you all. Enjoy Friday and the weekend and what's to come. Peace.